And we are live. I. Oh my goodness. All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to another Basement Radio Arcade podcast. Another rant. Another rant, not even 24 hours later. And I'm doing another freaking rant. But hey, why not? That's what these rants are for. Anytime any big news items drop in the video game industry, and I feel compelled to talk about them, I will indeed talk about them. So, anyhow, what's going on with the live chat? We have Chief Tomei. Don't call me Danny's in the house as well. What's going on, gentlemen? Thank you for joining me this Monday evening, July 1st, 2019. A day that will leave in infamy. What's up, Envy of a Store? Anyhow, what is going on, everyone? Thank you guys for joining me in this brap rant. I got a lot of stuff to rant about. More specifically about Microsoft. I'm probably gonna pile on Microsoft here to be honest with you guys. I'm at a point now where I'm just becoming frustrated. I've been a fan, been a was an Exclsuive beta tester. I know many of you guys who listen to me have heard me talk about my experiences in beta testing Xbox Live, but I feel it's important to share because it's kind of related to what I'm going to be talking about. I believe Slow Mo, Backslap, and B Money may be joining me as well on this special brap rant entitled "Xbox Loses Another Game Franchise to Sony." Alan Wake 2, PS5 exclusive? Question mark. Anyhow, it's interesting. On the wake of Sony, don't call me Danny says X didn't give it to you. No, it did not. All right, in the wake of the news that dropped this past weekend about Sony and their focus on the hardcore gamer with the upcoming PlayStation 5 game console that's going to release in 2020, Sony has made it loud and clear that, hey, they are focused on the hardcore gamer. They're focused on creating these awesome game experiences that take advantage of the new hardware, big AAA games, new franchises, building relationships with existing publishers, developers, and they are looking to, according to Jim Ryan, looking to buy a developer as well. So it's great. Sony is speaking my language. Microsoft is kind of maybe speaking my language, except I think if you go back and look at E3 2019, the writing's on the wall. Xbox is becoming a platform. It is becoming a Netflix-like gaming service. Now, that may be good for some people. I wouldn't have an issue with it if it was Microsoft on top of the service, adding its own twist, bringing some additional value to the service with big AAA franchises outside of their traditional tentpole franchises of Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable, yada yada yada. We can name them. What's up, Eternal? Should I? So, all right, guys. So it is. I'm at a point. Okay, Xbox Live beta tester went out, upgraded to Comcast broadband internet at the time because you need a broadband connection to be a beta tester, and good times. I remember I was part of the second wave of beta testers. I remember kind of being disappointed that I wasn't selected for the first round and then receiving an email that I, in fact, was selected for the second round of beta testers. And then I received a box with the headset, a black t-shirt that said Xbox Live on it, an orange clear like save cartridge. If you guys remember those, how we saved games, which is weird because the Xbox had an internal hard drive. Anyhow, had the disc, the Xbox Live disc, and then I think there was maybe a second disc that contained NFL Fever and a game called Revolt, which is primarily the game that we played on Xbox Live when we were beta testing. Fever was trash, as OBJ the Don would say. Fever's not a good football game. Just wasn't really good. It was Microsoft at that time was kind of, they weren't getting any love from EA. Sega, was still somewhat floating around there. So the 2K franchise hadn't made its way to the Xbox platform. But anyhow, played a lot of Revolt with a lot of my friends on Xbox Live. And look, they were focused on building out live, bringing games, multiplayer games, where you could have experiences with your friends on live. But they also brought to the table a lot of newer franchises, exclusives to franchises we have never seen before. I mean, games like Ninja Gaiden, Itoji 1 and Itoji 2, it's a From Software game, Splinter Cell, Phantasy Star, Panzer Dragoon, Jet Set Radio. Just great games. I mean, just really good games. And I felt like they were kind of speaking to the gamer, the hardcore gamer. They were trying to win us over. Fast forward to the 360, we get games like Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon. Somewhere along the lines, we get Alan Wake, which Alan Wake was a game that kind of flew under the radar. Wasn't a critical success by any stretch of the imagination. It actually started picking up more steam a few years after its release. It actually did release the same week as Red Dead Redemption, which was a boneheaded move. But anyhow, the game would eventually see some success and really develop this cult following. It was, a game that I think a lot of people on the 360 enjoyed. It is a Remedy game, and it's a game. Look, guys, I think a lot of us have been clamoring for. Sure, Quantum Break was okay, but it was okay. I just want to say something, Xbox fans. Stop damage controlling. You guys can call me a pony or whatever, but I'm not a pony. I'm not a pony because I don't, I don't have a brand. I'm not loyal to a specific brand. I'm loyal to gaming experiences. I'm loyal to, the platform that's going to give me the best gaming experiences, going to give me the return and value for my investment. And so let's stop damage controlling, guys, because it doesn't help. It damages the brand. It's anti-consumer. Let's just stop. Let's stop pretending that Crackdown 3 was a great game. If you enjoyed it, fine. That's fine. I'm not knocking you for enjoying it, but let's not put it up there with a game like Halo. Let's not put it up there even with a game like Alan Wake. Let's not do that. Let's stop. Okay? Let's not pretend that State of Decay 2 is the game that we all wanted and loved. Let's not pretend that Rare gave us a truly fantastic game, and as only Rare can, they have not. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves may be better today, but let's not pretend that that game launched with no content. And let's stop saying. Let's raise the bar a little bit, Xbox gamers. Let's stop using the narrative of, oh, well, it's fun with my friends. I had a blast. That's great. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Playing sticks outside with your backyard in your backyard with your friends is probably fun too. Sticks by yourself, not so much. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not paying $400, $500 for a piece of hardware just so that I can talk to my friends online and have fun. I have a cell phone for that. I can do that anytime. I don't know about you guys, but when I pony up, no pun intended, when I pony up to $400 or $500 for a new game console, I want games. I want video games. I want games that are going to take advantage of that hardware. If you're going to come out and you're going to tell me that this machine is the beast, this is the most powerful console out in the marketplace, I want to see it. I don't care about resolution. I want to see better graphics. Graphics and resolution are two different things. I want to see better frames per second. I'm a little worried. The chat's a little quiet out there. Everyone is kind of probably like, oh my god, Enrique is going crazy. He's lost his mind. No, I haven't lost my mind. I'm just tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the stuff in the community that I see with the constant the constant damage controlling, the constant wait till next year. I'm tired. My body's weary. What's up, Sam Walton? Envy of Astora says power means nothing if they are no quality exclusives. We've been saying this for years. But people swear that somehow State of Decay 2 is such a great game.
You didn't like State of Decay 2?
No, I did not like that. That game was trash.
Oh man.
Me, look, man. You know what's funny? People are gonna be like, "Oh, Enrique, you're a pony." But I had to go back. I had to take people back in the history. Look, I've been rocking with Xbox, dude, since 2002. Man, I was a beta tester. You know?
Hey man, that means nothing to these people out here, man.
Remember, but
Yeah,
B, remember,
you're not waving your green flag, man. So it means
but
nothing.
B, remember when we had Itoji?
I remember.
Itoji was a From Software game.
That's right.
Remember, and it was what? Exclusive to what platform?
Xbox.
Xbox. I mean, Ninja Gaiden, Xbox. And I'm telling B, I'm just man. I didn't like. Do you like State of Decay 2? If you did, B, hey, if you like State of Decay 2, that's cool. I just thought it
Nah,
was garbage.
you know I don't like that game.
B, what is going on, man? It's good to see you back on. By the way, man, we missed you last week.
Yeah, man. It's good to be here, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you could.
It's been a crazy couple. Probably the last 10 days has been crazy in the gaming community. There hasn't been much news, but the stuff that's trickled out has definitely triggered a lot of people, man.
Well, you know what's interesting? Here's the thing, B. Sony doesn't even get the E3, and people are probably more hyped about the PlayStation 5 right now
I would say that's facts.
because of Sony's recent messaging of, "Hey, we're committed to hardcore gamers. We're going to focus on building and creating these big AAA games that showcase the hardware. We're going to build relationships with developers, publishers. We're going to buy a studio or two."
Yeah,
I mean, it's like
that. Just that little bit of news, man, has shaken up the entire gaming community at least as far as Twitter goes, and people are up in arms about it, man. I don't quite understand, especially when everybody boasts and bragged about all these studio acquisitions that Microsoft had, but as soon as Sony wants to do something, it's it's the worst thing in the world.
yeah, no, it's funny, man. It's funny. You see, I think we see that though. We see that on both sides, the fence. But no, I hear you, man. I just, here's where I'm at right now. I'm frustrated, man. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, well, Sea of Thieves is so great because I play with my friends and I have fun." I'm like, yo, B, I didn't pay $500 for a new console or $400 for a new console so I could talk to my friends and have fun talking to them. Like,
I said the same thing.
I mean, am I a dying breed of gamer? Are
We
we
are,
a
man.
dying breed of gamer?
We are not this current generation of gamer, man. We are not the old heads. You know what I mean? We the OGs. We the big homies of the gaming community. People look to us for insight and stuff like that, but as far as game goes, we're on two different playing fields, man.
We got we got Jerry's Wraith, who's Ken, by the way. I don't know if you know Ken, Falcon.
Yeah,
Ken
yeah.
says, yeah, Ken's out there saying, "Sign the pony contract." uh, Eternal Shaddai says, the thing is that Microsoft keeps changing their identity right now. What is Xbox console compared to the past? Seems like they're trying to put Xbox like a training wheel to PC.
Xbox ain't no console. It's a platform now, sir. You already know that.
Yeah,
Yes, and
man.
you
That's the big thing right now. Is they're transitioning from what we've known them to be, for so many years, and it's a platform. It's
Let me
not
ask you.
just it's not just a
Yeah.
device.
Let me ask you something though. Have they? What have they been longer? Have they been a platform longer, or have they been a console provider longer?
I think they've always been a platform since day one.
And that's
That's just Microsoft's DNA, and I think
exactly.
that's the problem that people, have failed to realize over the years is that that's what Xbox has always been. It has always been a platform. There's a-
Exactly.
They have always been about providing services and giving you features and things like that.
Mm,
You-
that's
yeah.
that's actually a great point, man.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it. I never looked at it like that until you just said that. Because as I mentioned earlier, I was a beta tester. But what was the purpose of Xbox Live?
right.
Yeah. That
It,
was and that's the biggest thing that I try to let people know is like Microsoft didn't get into consoles to make a gaming system just to make a gaming system. They got into consoles so they could put a box in your living room to make you part of a platform that they wanted to grow where people were going over to PC to help grow that market. That market is always going to be basically what it is. They wanted to bring more people into that market. That's how we got Xbox Live. That's why we actually got the Xbox sitting in the middle of your living room right now. It's always been about the engagement, always about the platform. People just didn't expect the Xbox platform to take off as much as it has in a gaming sense. And now, since it's at this fever pitch, and now so many people are I'm not going to say dependent on Microsoft to give them the entertainment that they feel like they deserve. It's just that Microsoft is finally going back to what they truly were, and they truly were services, platform holder, not about the hardware. I always told people if I could have the perfect piece of hardware, it would be a Sony platform, a Sony system with an Xbox platform. That's the perfect system right there. And Microsoft is trying to just bring that platform to more and more people and just say, hey, they're paying lip service to bringing you the box. Sooner or later, there's not going to be a box anymore as soon as it becomes feasible anymore. But that's what people just need to brace themselves for in the future.
I mean, I couldn't have said that any better, man. I mean, I think Forte. I think that's an excellent point. It's a platform. The box is lip service to keep people, I think, obviously engaged or in their ecosystem,
Mm-hmm.
potentially get more people into their ecosystem because they can't do it without a box. They're not going to go full on Stadia. They're not going to do that. Uh,
Not yet,
they're
at
going to
least.
not yet at least. But it's just I'm just at a point now, man, where I'm frustrated, man. Like this has been. I mean, coming off the 360, and we had Game Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon. I mean, there's some good games on that console, and it's like, yo, like, why are you guys sitting on all these games? Like, Alan Wake's just the most recent example, but yet we get games like what was that Phantom Dust?
Phantom does, yeah.
Who asked for that?
Who asked for it? It's probably just the fact that it was the cheapest thing they could make at the time.
I mean, B, did you ask for that?
No, no, I did not.
I don't think anybody
He's
asked
like, no.
for it. It probably
But
was. It's
but
probably an obscure thing inside of the make a game section of the Xbox forums or something.
that was I think that was just a stopgap. You know what I mean? Like they
Mm-hmm.
had that was fresh off of coming, canceling a couple games. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Scalebound was canceled, and then you know what I mean. We got the Fable news, so it's like, okay, well, if those two games aren't coming, then what does the rest of this year look like? And
Right.
as many times as Microsoft has said, they're gonna have the best lineup at E3 or whatever the case may be. Like every year, we would always expect 3 to 4 games from them. And
Mm-hmm.
when you cancel Scalebound and get rid of Fable Legends, then that year was kind of sparse, and there really wasn't too much to play. So I think that's why we got the Voodoo Vents and we got the Phantom Dust with the original assets. Like
But you,
Nobody asked for that, but
but
they had to
yeah,
put something out there. You know what I mean?
Who?
To
But
sort of
yeah.
appease the
but
fans.
Voodoo Vince? I mean, what the? I mean, if you want to appease the fans, give them something that they've been asking for. Give them a banjo. I understand. There was an article. Somebody tweeted this to me earlier. That looks like Alan Wake 2 was sort of in the early stages of development 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
but
wasn't that when they showed the gameplay for it, right? Last year.
yeah, I think you're right. I think there was a prototype or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an instance where Microsoft could come and say, hey, you know what, guys, we're gonna, everyone talks about Microsoft's money, it's a situation where maybe they could have just said, hey, you know what, we're gonna help you fund this game, or we're gonna give you some of the resources you need to bring this game because our fans want it, you know.
But
And people don't seem to understand this. Like, yeah, it wasn't a blockbuster success, but like what Sam Lake said, he's like, when I go on a forum and I post something, I can't post something without somebody asking me for a sequel to Alan Wake 2. I mean, hello, what does that say? People anywhere this guy goes, people ask for a sequel to Alan Wake 2. People want this game.
oh
People want
man,
this game. So
See,
give him the damn game.
and
and,
that's kind of where I question like some of the Microsoft decisions. Just like when you look at Quantum Break and the stuff that they tried to implement there, especially with the whole TV series.
yeah.
I mean they had to pay those actors and stuff to act out that TV series as well. So it's just like, can you look at the budget for that and see if you can, splice off some of the budget for that and give you a Quantum Break or Alan Wake 2, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
with a little extra
Well,
funding, you know what I mean? Like those are the type of things you look at in hindsight because it's like, okay, well, Quantum Break was good, it could have been better, but you know what I mean, if you look at some of the star talent that they had associated with the game, it's like, well, maybe they could have cut back on that and you know what I mean, did a double investment and we could have got two games out of it instead of just one.
okay. So this the thing, and I like Quantum Break. Quantum Break to me was actually a really good game. It did have frame rate issues and stuff on console, which was the downside of that game. But other than that, I enjoyed the game. I watched the TV show as I played through it and everything. It was really cool. But I just think that people, we always like to go back and talk about how Sony did this and how Microsoft needs to do this. The biggest thing is Sony supports games no matter what. It don't matter if the game does a million, doesn't matter if the game does 800,000. As long as they feel like there's an audience for that game, they're gonna make it. So
Hmm.
Microsoft ain't gonna do that. Microsoft is not going to go out and take a game that sold 500,000 copies and make another version of that game. They're just not going to do it, especially when they don't even own the developer that's making it. That's why we have issues with Crytek and we have issues with Remedy and stuff, because these games that, yeah, Microsoft owns the IP to like Quantum Break, but they're not going to go out and make another one because Xbox people didn't support it. And that's not against Xbox people because they need to make a better game, but Microsoft has always been in that mindset that if the game doesn't sell a million copies, we're not going to support it going forward. You basically got to put like a million to 2 million sales on that chart for us to even think about making the second one, and even then it's a stretch. So
But Alan
this is
Wake
something that
sold
they
5 million
always.
copies.
But that's another. But that sold 5 million copies on what, a 360 platform that sold 80 million systems.
That's still pretty good.
And you to
Ask any
them,
developer
to
if they
them,
want to sell 5 million copies of
I
but
mean,
any
to
game.
them,
five
I
million
agree.
copies today, from what I understand, is a break-even point for a AAA game.
Is a break even point, and that's what I'm trying to say. So you
That's
got to
but that's
think.
this console generation.
Right. But we're talking about them making an Alan Wake 2, and if they make it on this generation, that's what they're looking at. Compared to something like last generation, you got to remember, they were selling, like Halo was 13, 14, 15 million, and Gears of War
Mm.
was above 10 million. When they see something sell 3, 4, 5 million, they to them that's not an investment for them anymore. A lot of games sold 3, 4 million. I mean, look, I mean, dude, we talk shit about Square Enix and how Tomb Raider didn't perform. The shit sold 7 million copies, and they said, "Oh, didn't meet our expectations. Didn't sell enough for us to make it didn't sell enough for us to make the money
Yeah.
back on the game that we did. So just and that's from a third party developer. Think about a bigger company that really isn't invested in
True.
gaming compared to a company that is invested in gaming and they only sell 5 million. And that's the
But for
problem that Microsoft has always had with that.
Well, you know,
Forte,
I don't know if
go
that
ahead,
holds
Slomo.
weight anymore. And by the way, evening fellas, sorry I'm late,
Are
but
you
No,
good,
what's up?
bro?
No, good man. It's
the
all
whole
good.
5 million
Thank you,
thing,
Slomo, by the way, for joining, man.
oh no problem. The whole 5 million thing, they haven't had a exclusive sell for 5 million in how long?
A long
So
ass time.
I
yeah, I
mean, is
mean maybe
Crackdown 3
Forza
hit 5 million
Horizon
yet?
4 did, but I mean otherwise, like they should be happy a game sells like that.
Slomo,
Now
I'm mad today, man. I'm angry.
So
you're
why do you
angry
guys
about
think Crackdown?
them
Yeah, go
letting
ahead.
Alan Wake go.
I'm just, man. I'm just tired of this. Like, not like this.
They don't own it. They don't
Tired of this
own the IP
nonsense,
yet.
man. Like, you spent. That's what I said to B earlier, man. I don't spend $500 to have fun online parties with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I could do that shit. I have a fucking cell phone. That's why if I want to call B money, I can call him on my phone. Be like, what's up, B? I don't need to go to Xbox Live party chat. Spend $500 to have fun party chats and have fun with my friends online with
you
sailing the seas and stuff. Oh,
you don't
we had a
have to
great
do that
pirate
no
adventure. Like,
more.
I don't, huh?
You don't have to do that no more. Remember?
Yeah. I
You don't
mean,
have to. They already told. Look, man, y'all keep telling me like my Forte and jumped off the Xbox bandwagon. I'm like, dude, no, it's not about jumping off no bandwagon. It's about understanding what Microsoft wants you to understand. They're telling you right to your face what you need to do going forward. And if you don't like the direction they going in, there is another option for you. They basically just took the whole line from the original Xbox One and said, hey, if you don't like this, there's another system for you. They're saying it's a PlayStation or a PC. They're basically saying without telling you.
Or
So
Switch.
or Switch. So me personally, I'm not mad. I'm not going to be upset
I'm
at
not
anything
mad
they
either.
do.
Actually,
they
I'm happy
made it
about this
crystal clear
because
for me.
honestly, if you think about it, they were never going to put this game out. They were never going to
Nope,
do a sequel to
never.
Alan Wake. They sat on that IP for how long? An entire generation.
Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
Let it lapse so Remedy can do something with it and we can get a
Hmm.
game. Thank you.
Yep.
That's where I'm at. They let it lapse. Remedy got like 2.5 billion. I mean, it's not billion, million in euros, and now they're probably going to make an Alan Wake. I would probably thinking because it's been so long because Microsoft did nothing with it. They're probably going to do a remaster of the original and then do a sequel. But cool, I'll play that remaster.
I sure would too.
I don't care if it's a Sony exclusive or it's a multi-plat. It'll probably be a multi-plat. I don't know, but
More than likely.
regardless, we're getting a game now. I don't see what anything. I don't see why anyone should be mad. Honestly,
Well, I mean, I can understand Enrique's point. He bought a $500 system and feels like it's been underwhelming with the stuff that he's got on that system. And I agree with him to that point. But like
I
I said,
mean,
don't let
yeah.
Microsoft trick you again. That's the problem.
No. I mean,
Going
that's the thing.
forward,
Like,
it's the difference.
well, that's the thing. Like I said, like I was like having a conversation with Lord Cognito. Big shout out to the Iron Lords. And I said, hey,
Six
I'm not.
o'clock
I'm
in the
not.
morning.
Yeah, right. It was right. 6:30 in the morning. I'm not sold on. I'm not even sold on Scarlet. They haven't sold me on Scarlet. And
they haven't told
like
me
what
on
I said to
Scarlet either.
B. Yeah, and B's like, yeah, it's because of forward compatibility. Like I think B, when they announced it, you called them out on it. You were like, that's not a good idea. Like it's not doesn't give people a really compelling reason to
Right.
maybe to upgrade.
I agree with that. If they said, okay, if Halo Infinite shows next year, and it looks like a beast, like it looks like it's going to be the best Halo ever created. They're not going. It's not going to sell Scarlets because
Nope.
you could play it on a One X. You could play it on a regular Xbox One.
Play it on my
So
PC.
or PC or even Steam. Like you can play it on whatever except a PlayStation and a Switch and or Stadia. And honestly, like that's just not going to do it. Like I mean, that why would I buy that system? And honestly, they don't care. They
They
know
don't.
this at this point.
They
They
paying lip
they want you to
service.
go to play it on your preferred platform.
Look,
Yeah.
this so yeah, so this basically just ties up the whole fact of why, everybody now I think everybody's starting to understand why I gave Microsoft's press conference the way I gave it. It wasn't because it was a great conference. They basically told me I don't have to spend $500 on or $600 on a new system because I already have a system that is more than capable of playing all these games, and they gave me the avenue to be able to still play them for a low price. The stuff they showed me was cool, and I'm like, okay, I'm still in for that, but I don't have to buy your $600 flashy system to be able to say
It
I'm
ain't
one
gonna
of
be
the
$600.
elites.
Come on, man.
Well, 500, 600. Well, hopefully these tariff things, which have calmed down a lot, don't really happen. It will be $600. But but ultimately, that's why I like the press conference, because they told me what I already knew was gonna happen. They said the box is gonna be there if you want it, but then you didn't give me a reason to buy the box. So I'm happy because I'm in a situation where I don't need your box. I can still
I
play all
honestly
these
think that
games.
even if the tariff stuff was still going on, they still wouldn't price it at 600. What I think they would do is they would slow down the number of units made, still put it out at a maximum of
Mm-hmm.
$500, and then just deal
Yeah,
with shortages
Oh,
yeah,
until.
what they did
that's
with
how you drive the market that
the
way.
Xbox One,
Yeah, yeah,
just
that's
release it
exactly
and
how you drive the
less market.
market. So you will never have to worry about people saying, you putting out a $600 product that's collecting dust on shelves.
Yeah, you're right. You might be right about that, bro. Can't disagree with you.
Yeah, my again, my disappointment is that this is an example of them where I feel like they're not listening to their base. They're not doing things to, you know, they're like when people with these consumers go out and they spend, their hard-earned dollars on these on new hardware or do, upgrades, mid-gen refreshes. Do a solid for your fan base. They want, Alan Wake 2. Give them Alan Wake 2. I mean, this is what Sony and Nintendo do. They do so well. Like
Uh,
play to that nostalgia.
they
And I just feel like it's just, it's just everything for now. Like I just feel like everything as a hardcore gamer, like anything you say to them just kind of falls on deaf ears now.
so
And it's like,
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna say, like, I just feel like they are just more concerned about, I think, pleasing, just a broader audience, which is fine. I get that they every right to run the business the way they do. But I got to tell you, I'm not, like I told Cognito, I'm not sold on a Scarlet just yet. If I can still get the same games on the X and I still enjoy them, they still perform well, there's no incentive for me to do that.
So
And
yeah, I agree.
and I might not even get a Scarlet because I might say, you know what, I'm going to get a PC.
And guess
Because
what?
that,
Microsoft's 100% okay with that decision for me. And I think that's where a lot of people have a problem with. And I'm gonna go back to the thing where you said Microsoft's not listening. To you, they may not be listening, but think about it in another way. I believe Microsoft is listening to people, but guess what they're listening to? They're listening to all the people out there talking about how Game Pass is an amazing service, how you'll be a fool not to have it, how you can get all the first party games from Microsoft. It's not even about what games are going to be in it. It's the fact that all the first party games are going to be in it. And you can get at a real low price and you can play it on any platform. And they're taking that message and they're running that through the whole system of everybody that owns an Xbox. And they're promoting that pretty much like they would promote the platform itself. So they're taking what everybody is excited about and talking about that compared to last year, everybody was excited
yeah.
about the Scorpio.
Hey Forte, real
And now
quick,
they're
are
talking
you on
about
your
that.
phone?
Yeah.
Are you on your phone, Forte?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Is there any way you can like maybe talk into the headset louder or turn up the
Yeah.
volume?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Yeah. That's just someone in the live chat said they couldn't hear you. Infinite AA says I can barely hear Forte.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Envious Story. It says too many people are defending and damage controlling for Microsoft instead of demanding better. It's time to wake up.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree with
true.
that. I've been
That's
saying that. What'd you
yeah.
say, Slomo?
I would say that's true. I guess I don't have expectations for them anymore. I know what I after all the interviews that Phil Spencer did. I feel like Phil Spencer did an interview for every single major gaming publication out there. After E3, and I saw enough answers from him to he actually spoke about the stuff that we say. He spoke about like he hears all the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about how we criticize how they don't
But
they don't come out with launching
mm-hmm.
or telling us which IP that they're working on. in that long enough period. He talked about that. He talked about the criticisms about Sea of Thieves content, and he disagreed with all of it. So, okay, that's fine. You disagree with all that. You think you're right. We'll see next gen.
Yeah, okay, Phil, you think you're right. This is why you're getting your ass handed to you 2-1 by the competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But apparently, he thinks he's
Yeah,
got
you.
it on
Hey, you know
all
what?
now.
Because you know what? Because they're probably making a lot of money off of subscription services.
Well, but to be honest, all three of the major platforms are making money. They
No, they
all
all
are
are.
making great money.
Yes.
Even though they came in third place in console sales last year, they still slightly made more revenue than Nintendo, who sold the most. It's just they all make money. We know Sony made more than both Nintendo and Xbox combined, but I think that's the reason why they are more buddy buddy than we've seen in the past, but yet also seem to be a lot more hostile to like Google, because
I,
Google coming in kind of is upsetting the balance. Like as far as Microsoft is concerned, Google does a lot of the same stuff they do.
yeah.
So
Well,
they
I think
come in and
Microsoft
get a
probably looks
foot.
at Google more as competition. They do Sony.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's because Google does the same a lot of the same stuff they do, and like they could come in and get a foothold to kind of push Xbox out, considering where Xbox's position is. Sony looks at Xbox and like that's a competitor we can beat because we've been beating them. We don't know who Google is. We Google might be a bigger competitor that has the same pockets as Microsoft, and we ain't got them pockets. So, yeah, how about we partner with Xbox and we get with
Mm,
their cloud infrastructure and we start working with them because we want to keep beating the people we know we can beat. We don't want not saying they don't
mm,
think Google. Not saying they think Google's this big threat, but it's just like why mess up a good thing? And so
no.
really, like that's they're too comfortable is what I mean about Microsoft. They're just way too comfortable. You come in third place, yet you've made money. You're profitable. So it's like it's different than it was back in the day when it was like Sega. Like it wasn't enough gamers back then. So Sega couldn't make enough because Sega couldn't be second place or third place. It wasn't going to
Yeah.
work. There wasn't enough gamers out there to buy your third place product.
Yeah.
You're
Hey, real
out.
quick, I want to go to the live chat. Dominican Rocker 1955. I hope that's not your birthday year. Um, you guys are still talking about console sales. The 360 sold twice, 2 times more than the Xbox One. Yet this is their most profitable generation.
I mean, that's basically
Uh,
what I just said. That there's more
yeah,
gamers now.
yeah.
There's
There's more
way more
gamers,
gamers
and
now than there was then.
there's also more services too. They're making money off more services. But honestly, I don't care about Microsoft being profitable. I care about, are they providing the experiences that I want. I don't care about profitability. I don't care. So I'm saying, like, if people get tied up with, oh, well, Sony's profitable or Microsoft's profitable. That's great. It's great that these companies are profitable. It's good for them. At the end of the day, I want what I want, and I'm going to spend. If I'm spending money, my hard-earned money, and I'm not getting what I want, I'm not going to be happy about it. And I'm just tired of the damage control. I'm tired of people making excuses. Oh, well, they told you that Sea of Thieves was not going to launch with any content. I don't care. Why not raise the bar? Why can't we demand better? I don't understand this mentality of just rolling over. Just like, well, they told us, and so this game's gonna release the bugs, and well, bugs are okay, I guess. Pay $60. I mean, like that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Thought I'd never hear the day where you felt like you were hurt, bro.
Yeah,
I thought I would never hear this day, man, and that's what it is now. It's come to this for most Xbox people. They are hurt because Microsoft is not giving them what they want. When this should have happened a long time ago, people should have had this thought process before they bought a $500 Xbox One X, before they did any of this other stuff, before they jumped into an ecosystem where it's a service based ecosystem now. And now everybody's starting to, think about this type of stuff before the next generation comes out. And I mean, I guess it's better than too late. But the biggest thing is Microsoft's already made the decision because people have sided with them and said that this is a good thing. And
I'd say
But I think what happened was we were coming off such a high off the 360, and when we were stepping into this generation, Microsoft was saying a lot of the right things, especially when they say they're going to spend $1 billion on games. It's like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like 360 was nice. There's a lot of great games there. You spending $1 billion on games, like what are you going to spend that $1 billion on? Everybody was super excited,
B,
and
where did that $1 billion go?
it
I
went
have
to
no idea.
it went
Where
to
did the billion?
companies. It went to purchases of companies.
No,
I mean,
he's talking about the $1 billion from 2014. I can tell you where
Yeah,
it went. It went into games that did
didn't
not.
go into Crackdown 3.
No, it ain't going to Crackdown 3. That was already
Crackdown 3
spent
money
up
was
there.
already spent.
Half of that $1 billion went into Halo Guardians and Quantum Break alone.
Pretty much.
yeah.
I agree.
See, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, Quantum Break was spent with.
Oh God! You know what makes me angry? You know what really makes me angry?
Oh Lord, what's
Fucking
sound that just came out of Enrique.
that? No,
God.
he just made a screeching sound.
I'm like, what was that? Go ahead, man.
You know what makes me angry, man? Destiny could have been a fucking exclusive on the Xbox platform.
I tried to tell people that, man.
This
I mean,
is
we've been saying that
Enrique,
since
did
the
it
beginning of
just
the
hit
show.
you? Did it just hit you? That I mean, like,
That
I
just
knew
hit-
that
no,
like
I've been
5
saying this-
years ago.
I've been saying this for like 5 years, bro. I said
No, I mean-
could have kept Bungie and said, "Hey, make your Destiny game. We're gonna take Halo and move it over to 343. They could have still had 343. They could have still had Bungie, and Destiny could have been a first-party game."
wait. Forte, but see,
but-
this-
if they
But
were
they're still
smart,
facing
that's
the
exactly what
same
could have
problems
happened.
now. The three big companies are still making the same games and the same franchises.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why that didn't happen.
But B, I guess and so I mean, obviously this is years old. I mean, Bungie teased Destiny and Halo ODST. So
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's yeah. It's not, I mean, I had that reaction because it just like this isn't what we're talking about. Isn't new. Like this just didn't happen yesterday, and I feel like. I've kind of been like, okay, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. They got all the studio acquisitions and blah blah blah. And I it just has been a mess. I think. B, I think what Cal said on Twitter was correct, man. He's like, it's been a tough end to a generation for them.
It has, man. It's been a rough road. I mean, a
Dominican
lot of people
Rocker,
have been.
yes, that is exactly why Bungie left. They said that's why they left. There's a book out from Jason Schreier that details exactly why they left. It was for creative freedom. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
Bungie wanted to make Destiny, and Microsoft said no.
Yeah, and
said
now
you
compare
make
that to
Halo.
Sony with
And what is
Naughty
Sony?
Dog, right? So Naughty Dog wanted to make The Last of Us. They were allowed to go make The Last of Us and still make Uncharted.
By the way, Shirzad Icon City said, imagine if Sony didn't exist, OBJ would be on suicide watch.
But yeah, no, like they wanted creative
trash.
freedom. Microsoft wouldn't give it to them. They could have went on and made, and you're right, they could. We all know this. They could have went on and made Destiny, and they could have still spun off 343, which was like 50% of the Bungie team at the time. And continue. They could have just continued on with Halo. They could have had two big time franchises. They could have brought in BioWare instead of letting BioWare try to figure out their own financial issues and end up getting bought up by EA.
Mm-hmm.
And look how that turned out for them. Like,
Oh my God.
the worst business decisions still have implications today. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
I mean, we've been asking for that one big franchise this generation because Microsoft didn't have it.
God damn it!
And
That could have been.
Destiny could have been it.
That could have been Destiny. And you know what's gonna happen? I'm telling you guys. You know what's gonna happen?
Changed the whole generation.
Yes. Remember, I mean, when people caught rumblings that Sony had content exclusivity with Destiny and Bungie, people were losing their minds. Like, what? How is Sony teaming with Bungie? Bungie's
Because
Microsoft.
Microsoft did them both. That's
Yeah, and it's like, what Microsoft? Like, who is making the decisions at Microsoft? Like, it blows my mind. I'm telling you guys, I hit my boiling point today. When Mooch told me in DM that Xbox is becoming a virtual arcade machine that eats up your quarters, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I said, man, and it's just like I'm telling you guys, watch what's gonna. I would not be surprised if Sony went to Remedy and said, hey, you know what, guys, we're gonna sweeten the pot for you guys. We want an Alan Wake 2 because gamers want it. The fans want it. We want to do the fans a solid. We want to give them the experiences they want. So you know what? We're gonna help you make this game, but you know what? We want it as a timed exclusive on the PlayStation 5. Imagine what happens when Sam Lake walks out at E3 2020 next year, right? And Jim Ryan's got an evil smirk on his face, and Sam Lake just points to the screen. You see Alan Wake 2 coming to the PS5. What do you think people's reactions are going to be?
Made with the Decima engine.
Well, I mean, it's definitely coming
Made
to
with the Decima
PS5.
engine.
At this point, it's more of, is it also coming to the Project Scarlet?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but just for the optics' sake, like if the optics of Sam Lake on a Sony stage, where Remedy's been so more recently been so tied to Microsoft, and here we are.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. With Alan Wake.
I mean, look at Control. Look, we saw Cognito was on Brat when he was talking about how the people when they went to what was the conference earlier this year? I'm drawing a blank. The conference that was earlier this year it was before before
you're talking about,
but after GDP.
you're talking about GDC, you're talking about what is it? PAX East.
PAX East. They were at PAX East. They spoke to people with Remedy. And when he tried to talk about the Xbox version, the dude looked like, like he was afraid that the CIA / Sony agents was going to see him talking about it. Looked around like, no, I mean, I can't. We can't talk about that. We're going to talk about the Sony version. Like, man, that's some serious money that they put
man,
to get these kind of exclusives, to get that kind of and I mean the content they're getting, even all that, but still they can't even talk about the other.
You know what pissing me off, Slow-Mo? You talked about like the money thing, right? The money that Sony probably put in, and they don't want to say anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we stop with this idea that Sony doesn't have any money? That Sony's not going to be competitive in the gaming space?
Oh, they got money.
Yeah, but people are like, they don't have as much money as Microsoft, and so they're not going to be competitive. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It is true they don't have as much money as Microsoft, but they just use their money much more wisely.
And they're super competitive. This is their bread and butter. It's like, I mean, like, I'm telling you guys, wouldn't surprise me if Alan Wake was debuted on a Sony stage for PlayStation 5 and it was time exclusive. And then again, here we go. Another example of Microsoft had an opportunity to do a solid for the fans. And they didn't do it because they want to give us fucking Crackdown 3 and State of Decay 2.
Remedy needs to work on gameplay. Come on, man. Quantum Break was fun. I played through it. I enjoyed myself. I didn't play it at launch. I played it like a year and a half after. Once they had did some patches and fixed some of the issues and had a little bit more time, and wasn't busy spending their time making TV episodes. Yeah, I played it. It was fun.
I thought it was all right.
Gameplay was great. I mean, the powers with the time powers, that stuff was awesome.
Story was a little.
Sorry to buy there for a second. What you say?
And I say the story was okay. I think that was probably the weak point of the game.
I liked it. I got everything. Like I was cool with it.
The gameplay was okay. It wasn't bad. I don't think it was. I didn't feel like it was broken. Distracted by Life says now timed exclusives are okay.
No, they're not okay. But they are
they're part of the business.
The business.
Yeah,
and they get sales.
Everyone does
for your platform.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm this upset
so Phil
today.
Doing this whole kumbaya. I'm not going to participate in this foolishness. All right, well then you're just going to take L's.
That's
pretty much to the face. It's like a kid at school, right? It's like I ain't gonna fight you. All right, well I'm just gonna beat your face in. You ain't gonna fight back. Look, if you're not gonna do the time exclusive thing, who you hurting? You hurting
B.
yourself, bruh.
That's true. That's true. That's a great point, Forte. I mean, Slow Mo. Hey, B, I
You
gotta
hurt
ask you something,
nobody but
man.
you.
B,
Because
B, I
Sony
got.
What
was
up?
like, good. We ain't gotta spend as much money for these time exclusives. You ain't gonna bid against us.
Yeah. Hey, B, I gotta ask you something, man.
What up?
You've been podcasting with me for a long time, right?
That's right.
Is this the most angriest you ever see me like about Microsoft?
Yeah, man. Hey, I tried to get you on the angry bandwagon a couple times. You wasn't trying to ride, so you got the front seat today, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Enrique
Uh,
driving the bus today, straight into Microsoft headquarters. About to
yes, I am. I'm
straight
the
to the
L
front
bus.
door.
I'm gonna deliver an Instagram message to Phil Spencer. How do you like this big L? I'm telling you guys, Sony's already won next generation.
Oh,
I'm
you didn't
telling
know
you.
that already?
Yeah. That was a
That was
foregone
already
conclusion
known.
as far as
Oh, is that?
understand.
I thought Microsoft had a shot.
No.
Yeah, you were delusional.
Nope.
Oh my
I
goodness.
give them
You know
a
what?
15% chance.
How,
We're
how
gonna be
many
More than
called
that.
ponies.
how many people do you guys think got the Game Pass Unlimited for $1?
A lot of people,
Oh,
A
probably
lot of
whole
people
lot of
did.
people.
75% of
Like
them.
how many millions of people?
A lot.
75% of that, however many millions they said bought it.
So you think about 20 to 30 million people got it?
No, I don't think it's that much.
I think so.
I
Oh, I
think
do. Why not?
prior
For
to
$1?
E3, it was said that they didn't have as many subs as EA Access, which was at 3.5 million. I think now they're probably at like 10.
What else I'm saying? 70. I think 70% of those people that bought it at that 10 million bought it for $1.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing, and this is why they're so happy about it. You can't revert back.
God
So
forbid.
once whatever $1 period you had, if it was for the rest of this year, the rest of next year, 2021, 2022, whatever, they feel like they got you in the ecosystem, and you're going to keep, and they think that all their games are going to keep continue to get better, and that everyone who's in the ecosystem is going to enjoy it. And by the time that you run out of whatever that $1 was for, and it start hitting that $15 per month, that you're just going to take it because you're enjoying the games. So for them, and you can't go back.
Oh, it's a Netflix subscription for me now. So
Yeah, so it's so
I mean, there's some
they're
people that will
happy with it.
forget. There's some people that definitely forget Slow-Mo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're going to be people. Some people who don't even realize they had it be 6
I mean,
months charging $15 on them before
I've been
they
guilty of that.
realize it.
I've been guilty. I did that with EA Access, and then got my distracted. Said, did Pepsi or Coke win? Coke won, man. Come on, everyone knows a Coca-Cola won. What kind of question is that?
Been won that like a decades ago, bro.
Coke won. Yeah, Coke won like when
Coke
before I was
won that when
born.
it came
Right,
back.
right.
Coke was like, change the formula back. We want to win.
Yeah, right. They called it L. See, Coke called it L with new Coke. Remember that?
Yeah, that new Coke. Everybody was like, that new Coke, old Coke, that old trash.
Bring back the original. And they did that. It was lights out Pepsi.
And they will probably run this promotion again just in case they didn't reach the subscriber numbers that they wanted with this one. But imagine like say
Okay,
they get up to
okay.
like,
Wait. Time out. I gotta go to the live chat here. Okay, distracted. No one is saying Pepsi's not doing well. See, this is the part that drives me about this crazy about this conversation. It's like when we say
Don't
say
get it.
Don't feed the
when we say Sony's the market leader, it's like they're the market leader. It doesn't mean that financially Sony nor Nintendo is not doing well. No one's saying that. I'm just saying I don't think next console generation Microsoft's going to be the market leader. I think it's going to be Sony and probably maybe Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo gonna sell the most games next generation. Put it that way.
Black Metal Gamer says
Distracted,
Microsoft's more
were
like
you-
Royal Crown Cola.
were you? I know you were in the chat when we were talking about how they're all making money. Like
Yes, they're all making money. No one's that's what I'm saying. No one's disputing that.
no one is in the red here. Like if anyone is out there saying Xbox is a loser for Microsoft, that's false.
That
That's
is
not
false.
true.
It's not. It's not true. They're making money with their subscriptions and stuff.
Yeah, but see, for us as gamers, I don't care about Microsoft's pockets. I don't care about the Xbox
Thank you.
division's revenue and how much profit they're making. I only care enough for the fact that they feel like they still want to put a platform out and they're not going to quit on it.
A
That's about
B.
as far as I care. What I
A,
care about is games.
Speak that
exactly.
true slow mo.
That's
Just
all we care about
games.
is games. Hey, B Money. D Armory Spartan God says El Tendo barely sells games. What do you have to say about that?
What?
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 I don't know if he's trolling.
You do
They
realize
trolling.
that
He is
that
trolling.
Nintendo has
Yo.
the
Do
most
they realize
the highest popular, most highest selling IP and out of any of the platforms. So I don't know what this man talking about,
Hold on.
but
Let's just go to recent knowledge. The
Speak
Nintendo
louder,
Switch
Forte.
has the highest. The Nintendo Switch has the highest attach rate of any system ever right now.
Right.
It's literally 14-1. Every Switch sold has 14 games that was sold with it, and the system ain't even been out 3 years.
Right.
The
I
Switch
know
is
I
almost
probably bought
outsold
more
the
14 games in
Xbox.
my first 2 weeks after owning the Switch.
Man, I got 27 games on my Switch, man. I don't know what he talking about.
And I'm
Don't call
buying
me.
3 more this summer.
Hey, hey, 14. Let me ask you something, man.
Yo,
Because you're at retail, and so you're dealing with gamers every day. Is there like a different dynamic between people that own PlayStation versus people like that own Xbox? Do you see anything like?
or
Do you
or the better question is what was the air like? You know what I mean? Like what are people saying
yes,
coming
that's
off the
probably
E3? You know what I mean? As they come into the store, are people asking about what Scarlet is, or you know what I mean? Are they showing interest in that? You know what I mean? Like where are the consumers at as far as
okay,
people coming into the store?
consumers. Funny you ask. Most consumers, most of the people they looked at the E3, they saw Microsoft's press conference. They really only like probably 5 or 6 people since E3 talked about when the Scorpio's coming out. Most people, pretty much none of them have brung up like Game Pass. If that was the case, they wouldn't even come into the store because you can get all the games right there on your system. So they don't even
Right.
really care about that because they like owning their games. And then second, and then probably third, most of them are just like, man, when Last of Us coming out? so half the people that really come into the store, like they probably have an Xbox and they're just back and forth and they're just casual. Most of them play Call of Duty, most of them play NBA, so they really don't care about all the other titles that they're talking about. But then when you talk to Sony people, it's all about, man, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us. That Death Stranding trailer look crazy as hell. I don't know what the hell it's about, but I'm interested. It's about games. It's not. It's you got more people saying, hey man, I can't. More
wait,
rumors about
Forte.
yeah.
Forte. I'm sorry to interrupt. So basically, what you're saying is, PlayStation gamers are coming into your store and they're talking about all the hyped exclusive games that are going to be dropping on the PlayStation 4,
Yep.
and these are games.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Games. And
It's all about games.
And Xbox people are just talking about the stuff, the run of the mill stuff like Call of Duty and NBA. And the only reason they don't buy PlayStation because they just don't buy PlayStations. They don't.
So no Xbox people talking about Gears 5?
No.
Wow.
No.
They didn't show nothing to talk about.
Okay, well, here I give
Man.
I'll give you a small sample size. Let me look at. I'm still at my store, so let me
Live from GameSpot.
let me look at my pre-order for Gears of War.
Oh wow, he's gonna be like, we got 2 pre-orders.
No, I have more than that. My store 6 total.
Wait, you have 6 pre-orders.
6 total.
You okay? Anyone who can't hear Forte, yeah, Forte he works at GameStop. His store has a total of 6 pre-orders for Gears of War 5,
6
and the game releases in 2 months.
in 2 months. And let's go look at Death Stranding. Death Stranding, we have 56.
What?
Wait. Say that again.
56.
56 for what game?
Death Stranding.
56 for a game that nobody knows what the hell is going on, and for five,
break it down, slow mo.
five for the fifth entry.
6.
6. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about no shade to that sixth person out there.
Wait. Time out. Dominican rocker. By the way, most Xbox gamers buy digital. Stop with the damage control, man.
Oh,
Most
hell no,
everyone, most on every platform buy digital. That's pointless.
It's
bro. Come on.
50%. 50% of console owners buy digital. It's a 50-50 split, dude. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. Well, if he wants to say that, NBA. Okay, so 50%. Most people buy digital. NBA 2K just got announced today with an actual date. You know how many pre-orders on NBA I have already, and it's not even been 12 hours.
Over 100.
I have 96 pre-orders on that game, and
That's right.
it just came out today.
Stop it,
That's the power of 2K, man. But
Okay, yeah. So
we're not gonna talk about this.
Hey guys, real quick.
Travesty of a game.
Guys, real quick. I want to go back to. I just want to reiterate Forte say because some people can't hear him in the chat. So Forte works at GameStop, and we asked him about pre-order numbers for Gears of War 5. The total number of pre-orders for Gears of War 5 is 6. He then looked up Death Stranding, which releases in November, and the pre-order number for Death Stranding is 56. Slow-mo was shocked by that, considering that we don't know what Death Stranding's about yet, because Kojima has gone full-on Kojima. And then there's with the recent announcement of 2K20, Forte saying there's 49 pre-orders for that game already. So
No, 96.
Oh, 96 pre-orders for NBA 2K20 in one day.
Which was announced today, earlier this afternoon.
Hey, Forte, can you only look up pre-order numbers for only your store? Can you look up, like, say, for all the games?
Okay. Hey, I gotta. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta address something real quick. Dominican Rocker says, "Dude, I own 600 digital games on Xbox for 0 on PS4. I wonder why."
I mean, I own 500 games digitally on Xbox. It still doesn't change the fact that I still buy physical games.
Yeah, and we got to stop doing this. We got to stop projecting our consumer buying habits on the rest of the consumer market.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Just because you own 600 digital games on Xbox and 0 on PS4 doesn't mean everyone else is buying games the same way you do. Dude, we've had Matt Piscatella on from MPD. In case you don't know who he is the video game industry analyst for the United States. So he analyzes all the sales, etc., etc., etc. He will tell you that the split is 50-50 on consoles between digital and why are you laughing, Slow-Mo?
I can't believe it just really hit me that he used his own buying habits as his, like, proof of what everyone else's buying habits are.
Yeah, that's like saying, hey, you know what?
Who are you?
That's like saying, hey, when I go to the bathroom and I take a shit, I wipe myself with a towel. That means everyone wipes their ass with towels.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. It's like, but I see this kind of, and I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm like the mad rapper tonight. Like, I see this kind of stuff on Twitter all the time. Like, yo, you guys, I mean, you can't project your buying habits on, like, the consumer base. It's not how that works. I mean, you are one small speck in the greater consumer base of console gamers. It's basically a 50-50 split.
Yeah, I mean, I buy everything digital on Xbox and PlayStation, and the only times I will think about buying physical is with the Switch, because they never go on, they don't really do sales like that. So I've been physical for real since like 2016, but even then I recognize there are people out there like Noof Nukem who is all physical. There are people who will only buy physical on PlayStation because they are afraid of getting their credit card information swiped.
That's what Dominican just said. He's like, sure, because PSN has such a good record with people's credit card info. Okay, they had one hack, right? And yeah, it was terrible last console generation. And if you don't feel comfortable like putting your credit card information, that's fine. But I want to ask you, do you have a Visa or MasterCard? Have you shopped at Target recently?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you have who do you bank with? I guarantee you, if you have a Visa Mastercard, your account's been hacked
Yeah,
numerous
I
occasions.
don't get people who
You
make a
don't.
big deal about
Yeah,
companies getting hacked. Everyone gets hacked.
yeah,
Every single person on this panel and people in the chat have had your information exposed at one point and you never knew about it because most of these companies get hacked and they hide it, and then the only time they come out and tell you the truth is when they had no choice.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it. Like we all would agree that whole PSN hack was terrible. The way Sony handled it was bad. It happened one time. It hasn't happened since. But let me tell you something. If you have a Visa or Mastercard, I can tell you right now, your information has been compromised. That's a fact. That's why they tell you to check Equifax. Someone mentioned Equifax. Sam Prescott did. That's why they tell you to sign up for services like Credit Karma because I'm telling you, these companies won't report your situation, your stuff being hacked.
Distracted said, "Now if you're off the grid, bro, if you off the grid, you not on the internet or in this chat right
why you
now.
talking to us?
Yeah, distracted. Yeah.
If you off the grid, you living in the woods,
Yeah.
skinning squirrels and shooting deer and smoking weed with skunks and whatnot, and you not on the internet right now."
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I
Everybody
don't.
gets
I
hacked.
don't understand this joke. Chief says Forte lives in Japan. Let's be real. I don't get that.
I live in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I did.
I don't know. Yeah.
You'd
But
be a popular guy in Japan, man.
yeah, Dominican still going. The difference is companies give you your money back. No problem. Can't say the same for Sony. You know what? Then that's fine. Don't use their services then. I mean, shit. I mean, but let's not use that as like a console war thing. That's just ridiculous. You know. Should we bring up the whole DRM situation? Or not DRM situation, the Red Ring. What are you doing to their Forte?
As
Doing,
for
man.
UB money,
What is that?
as for UB money,
Oh yeah,
D-Wade.
that's a D Wade.
that's that D Wade.
Yeah,
The
man.
Legend Edition. How many pre-orders you got
Oh
for
my
that? Like
god.
50?
72 and a 96.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Legend Edition on deck, man.
Oh,
That's
you
what
got to
we're
get the
going with.
hey, Legend Edition all day. No reason to get anything other than that.
I saw that
That's right.
Borderlands 3 poster.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Game's garbage.
Enrique
shut up,
has
bro.
terrible taste in gaming. Let's move on.
Hey, oh, really? That's at least I'm not playing Crackdown 3 and State of K2 like you are.
Who, me? What?
Yeah, you.
I don't play no Crackdown 3.
Yeah, you do.
How dare you? How dare you slander me so? It's about to be a fight in here. I was like, what?
Slow-mo's like, sir, excuse me.
My name has been sullied. I was about to take my glove off and slap you with it and challenge you
Slanders.
to a duel. I challenge you to a duel at 4 p.m.
Oh my god.
Bring your pistol, sir.
I'm telling you guys, I've just Cal's out there with the feelings today, B Money.
He was, man.
Uh,
I had to jump in there, man, and try to smooth things over, man. Help him chill out.
Cal can't take it no more. He finally snapped.
Nah, he on the verge of snapping. No, he almost there.
For some of us, we all have different levels of what we can take. Some of us could take a little bit more than others. Apparently, Cal, he has a strong will, but it's just eventually we all crack and say
That's right.
we've had enough.
It's funny. Somebody's put. I'm not going to name their name. I do enjoy their work, but someone's putting out a video about Microsoft still believing in single player games and that they brought up Ninja Theory, Obsidian hiring for a new
Microsoft need to make up their
RPG.
goddamn mind.
Prove it.
Playground
they can
on
say
it.
whatever they
Playground.
want. They don't
Playground
have to
on an
prove it.
RPG. And that's all fine in the initiative. That's all the initiative will likely be. That's all fine and dandy. But Infinite AA with a big super chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it, my man. He says I play Crackdown 3. I have to get my money's worth from the Game Pass somehow. No doubt, man.
Hey, there's
Um,
much better games in Game Pass than Crackdown 3. Please, trust
yes,
me,
that's
you can
true.
find
Listen,
a
slow
good
mo.
number of games
Crackdown
to
3
play.
was not a horrible game.
Say what?
You know what? I'm not gonna. I can't. Wait, did Dominican Rocker just really say Crackdown 3 has better gameplay than The Last of Us?
Okay, he's trolling.
Now you trolling,
He
man.
Do
You
we
doesn't
got a
need
mod?
his
We can
name does
block
not
him.
need to be spoken
we
of.
need a mod in here. I need to. You know
We
what?
need
I'm
to
gonna.
block him.
Yeah, he's trolling now. Got to make Ryan Landis a mod, and don't call me Danny a mod and Chief Tomei a mod. Um, yeah, don't call me this and stay off the crack, Dominican Rocker. Yeah, Dominican. I
You on
don't
that
know.
crack
That's
rock?
you gotta lay off the rock, my friend. You saw what happened to David Ortiz. You better be careful, man.
Enrique,
Anyhow,
You're like
I think
Smokey in
I
his
think I
chat.
know a video you're referring to, but man, hopefully Microsoft is allowing these developers to come out with some amazing games. But I'm feeling like a lot of it is, you know, going to
I
be some double A experiences. I feel
I
like
think I
Game
think
Pass
yes.
is gonna be a hindrance more than people think it will be.
This there's a difference between and this is and that video that I'm referring to. That's great. That's great that they're making these experiences, but it's not so much what they're. It's not so much that they're making single player. It's what type of single player experiences are these going to be? It's like to your point, be about games that fit in the Game Pass. Like they talked about a AAA game initially every quarter. Now they're saying a game, an exclusive game, every quarter in the Game Pass, right? And so that leads me to believe that maybe these are AA games, and that's fine. But there's a distinct message between AAA games that take advantage of your hardware and show off how great games can look versus games that are smaller in scope that maybe don't take advantage of that hardware, right?
Yeah,
And
this is what I will say, and I will say for them, I do believe because they're giving these developers creative freedom. I do believe Obsidian and Ninja Theory's next game, not bleeding edge, but I think the next game they're working on, and the next game after Outer Worlds that Obsidian is working on are single player games.
Oh, I believe they could be single player games as well. I
Yeah.
think what we should expect is something along the same lines as Outer Worlds as far as scope is what I'm more referring to. Like
Oh no, no FC, no. Obsidian is a AAA developer. Ninja Theory makes good games. That's not what we're saying, bro. The initiative, I don't know what the initiative is going to do because they put out job lists and saying they want quadruple A. They can make a quadruple A game, and then said they're trying to keep it themselves light and what was the other word they used? Light and agile. So I don't know what they're really doing.
Sounds like another move. It sounds like another word for spin move and moving the goalpost.
So yeah, I mean, but look, I'm not saying that those developers are bad. The only developers that I think that Microsoft could have done without is Compulsion and Undead.
well, here's the thing. I think that again, I'm going back to the messaging. Like I don't think they're giving up on single player, but I just get the feeling. Look, this is what makes me angry. If you're going to charge me X amount of dollars for something, I want to see the power of that. I want to see you utilize the power of that console, not just for Halo, not just for Gears. I've been wowed by those games on different consoles already. Like I've been there, done that. Show me something else. Show me something new. Show me a new big AAA game that's going to wow me. That's going to be like, damn, that can only be done on the Xbox. That's what I want to see. That's how we grew up playing video games. Remember when on the Nintendo Entertainment System and you first heard about the SNES coming out and you were like, damn, I can't even imagine what Zelda's going to be look like on the Super Nintendo System. Or what the next Mario's going to look like.
Mario when he got the cape. I was
Yeah.
Super Mario.
I mean, think about that. I mean, when PlayStation came out, we Final Fantasy VII was going to drop. God, I can't wait. What's Final Fantasy going to look like with this technology now? I mean, that's the kind of stuff, and I just feel like, if you're asking people to pony up, no pun intended, hundreds of dollars, and you're bragging about power, at least bring something to the table, something new that shows powers. It shows people why they should buy this console. And I don't think they're doing that. I don't think they're doing that. I think like what Mooch said to me in DM, it's become a glorified like online arcade system.
You asking for too much, bro.
So you mean to tell me you weren't wild by
You
the next
asking for too
next
much.
Halo game?
You might as well tell them you want brute force to come back for the original Xbox.
I would take brute force. Do you remember that?
Oh
Remember
no,
that?
nah, man,
Remember?
I'm good. The Brute Force is a bad game.
Yeah, that was actually
That's
That
trash.
was a
bad game,
terrible
bro.
game.
Yeah, that was not a good game. But hey,
Hey,
but remember,
talk
remember the
about soupy textures. Good grief.
remember the CGI though?
Yeah,
CGI look
that
good.
fooled everyone.
CGI
Fooled
look
me.
good.
He said that shit fooled everyone.
It did, yeah. From what that game looked like initially to what it came out with, it looked like somebody. It was if you looked at the still like screen the still shots of the game, it looked like somebody like threw water on a painting and it just all got blurred out.
I do remember that.
It was
Okay, I, I
bad,
can't
bro.
I can't I can't deal with this Crackdown 3 gameplay being better than The Last of Us.
Oh
It's
man. Let me
No,
let me ask you guys this: when it comes to this generation, when Xbox first came out, did you guys consider yourselves probably more multiplayer focused than single player, or were you pretty much single player focused still then too?
I was more multiplayer actually.
And what about you, B?
When the generation started, I'll say I was probably more multiplayer.
And you, slow mo?
yeah, multiplayer.
So this is so it's kind of funny you guys said that because I was thinking about this earlier this week. I think a lot of people from Xbox was so headstrong into this whole multiplayer focus that Microsoft gave us because they had by far the best multiplayer focus when it came to their system.
True.
I think all of us now have grown up, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I still love first person shooters, but I ain't as good as some of these people out here now that that are like half my age and way better at the game. All we do is really complain about those people sometimes in the games now, and we always say, "Well, yeah, I just want to have some single player focused game that we can definitely just take our time and enjoy." Maybe we grown out of what Xbox is giving us, and I'm thinking that is what the problem is. We're expecting Microsoft to change where we need to change. We need to say maybe Microsoft isn't the platform that we need to be a part of anymore because they don't cater to what we want to do as
Mm-mm.
gamers anymore.
Mm-mm. I disagree, Forte. Well,
What you
I disagree for a couple of reasons. And
what
first
yeah,
one
go
is
ahead.
that I still did play single player games. Like I'm a huge Fable fan.
Right,
All those games were single player, so I really enjoyed my single player games. Like, and I was a huge fan of BioWare's previous games, like
right,
all single player experiences, Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic, the Dragon Age series, the Mass Effect series. All those games were, and the vast majority of them were exclusive to the Xbox platform. We don't get those games anymore. The Lords of Gaming, webs.net had an article out. Shout out to Mads. That was it Mads? No, it was what's his name? Uh, my
right.
bad.
Sims,
I'll shout out the
Brad
right guy
Sims.
later. But
Wasn't it Brad Sims?
no, 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 no. It was someone else, but I'll get the right name in a minute. But his article broke down how there are less exclusives in this gen than it was in the previous gens, and there's just less games out there for us to choose. It used to be that you had a plethora of games to choose from. So when like think about how State of Decay was received this gen compared to last gen. Last gen, great AA game. It launched in the midst of a lot of other AAA games. It was treated for what it was. It wasn't asked to be more than what it was with its small budget. It was made by like less than 20 people the first game, and it was given a lot of praise. The sequel comes out, it's a desert as far as exclusives on Xbox is concerned. Now it has the expectations of a Halo, Gears, or Forza, but it's still a AA game made
Okay.
by a studio of 40 guys now. That's why they had to cut all those corners, trying to make it more than what it really was. It was still generally the same game. So it's less games, and none of them are really bangers. So when you have that situation, yeah, there's disappointment because we're not getting that fix of, even if you are mostly multiplayer focused, every now and then you want a single player game to get into. But if you only have an Xbox, it's not on that platform.
Well, that's the thing I'm talking about though, because yes, you did name a bunch of single player games that were available on the 360, but there was also 40 million more people playing on that system too, so it had a bit more of a wide berth. But Microsoft, we will all say Microsoft's bread and butter is their multiplayer, and that's what their system is still known by. And as much as we still say it, the one thing that's still prominent on this system is multiplayer. So we already know as gamers that Sony has the platform that you want to be on if you want to have consistent single player narrative driven games that will knock your socks off. Like Enrique keeps saying, he wants something that's going to show the power and the reason that he wants to play those games. Microsoft
Except
hasn't
for Days
given us
Gone.
that in quite a while now. And I don't think they're going to give us something like that until what, the next Halo comes out. And even then, you know what,
I
we're going to
wasn't
get
even
down to
impressed with the
PC
Halo
now.
Infinite trailer.
No, I wasn't impressed either.
All these people saying, "Oh, it looks better than Halo 5 trailers." I'm like,
Man, I mean, I looked at Digital Foundry's video about like how, all the little things. I'm like, it's a lot of like minor stuff that's just like, oh, this is super impressive. I'm like,
Yeah, like they're talking about the gloves and like the hands and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
yeah,
yeah,
but they're analyzing those things. How many of us are like up on our TV screens analyzing the glove?
it was
Right,
like it
right.
never dropped under 60 frames.
Oh
I'm
my
like, it's not
god!
running on the actual
Yeah,
Scarlet.
yeah. Look at the
I
look
mean,
at
I
the
don't
creases in
care
Master
that it
Chief.
never dipped under 60 frames in
Like,
this.
yeah. I was gonna say Digital
Yeah.
Foundry's like, but like they're analyzing like everything frame by frame. None of us are doing that. They're like all like zoomed in. Look at his upper buttocks. Look at the definition. It's
As a Halo
4K.
fan, as a big Halo fan who read the books, that's how much of a nerd Halo fan I am. I was
Same,
disappointed.
same.
I was disappointed. I'm like, who is this guy?
So,
Why
so,
is
so,
Chief floating in space?
because
What
he
was
always floats in space.
but
That's his
where
thing,
was
man.
he on your cliffhanger off the last game? And don't tell me that you resolved that storyline in a book. Because I'm a flip.
The book's dropping. Don't you know that?
Yeah, look. I have the book. I have the book that takes place immediately after Guardians, and it's mostly centered on Buck, which is
So he's not floating in space at any point at the end of the book.
Well, I mean, I read a little bit and then I stopped. I'm gonna finish it, but basically, Chief's not in the book so far. It's Locke and Buck.
You know what
And
they should
Buck
do?
is the guy that was also voice acting for Destiny. Everyone wants him to be Nathan Drake. What's his name?
Nathan Fillion. Actually,
Nathan
he did
Fillion.
he did play Nathan Drake in a short film on YouTube.
Yeah. But he also plays Buck on Locke's team.
I
He
like him actually better in Destiny.
Yeah, well, everyone liked him better in Destiny. He gets to crack more jokes, but
Yeah.
he is the focus of the book, and I'm not done with it yet. But that book better not be the conclusion of that story, and then they're going to just try to ignore the fact that Guardian's
Hey,
story was.
slow mo. Ryan Lennon says Chief was taking a break. He sleeps well in space. But apparently it's a reboot though.
Reboot, so we
It's a
will
reboot.
see. I'm like, yeah, but you
That's
just
what I've
can't.
heard.
You just can't reboot off a cliffhanger.
Yes, they
Everyone's
can. They
just
can do
like,
anything
so
they want.
what happened?
They
And
don't.
Cortana's all talking to Chief, all in the trailer, all nice, like she's not crazy in Guardians. Like,
This
what
is
is
why I
happening
chose
here?
you. Yeah, in Guardian she went buck crazy, but no, she's not. This is why I chose you because you're special.
Yeah, like what is happening? Like,
You're
I got more questions than answers, and none of
You're
them are really
left.
good.
Your left
I
buttock
said none
in
of them are really
4K.
good.
Oh man, Gears. We won't see any campaign until September,
Because that
but
That's
the
just
campaign
game
nuts
come
to
trouble.
out
me.
September 6th.
What'd you say, B?
That's just nuts to me. Like I watched the podcast on Lock when it had Rob Ferguson on there, and even with him explaining it, like it's still nuts to me that they would even say that they're not going to show the campaign until September.
It still
The
makes
game
no
comes
sense.
out the first week of September.
What's his
So,
reasoning for it? Like, why?
well, he said he wants to show the escape, and then he's going to show the multiplayer stuff, like the verses, and then we're going to get to the campaign.
But why? Why highlight multiplayer first?
I have no idea.
His explanation. B, oh, you go ahead. His explanation was wild to me.
His explanation is it's all BS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're a
Because
Gears fan,
multiplayer is the focus for Xbox. That's why.
it pretty that's pretty much what it is. But it's like, come on, man. We've fallen in love with these characters over 5 games. We've pivoted over to Kate, and this is Kate's story. You showed an amazing trailer last year, and then we get nothing. I don't get it, man.
He
It makes
tried to
no sense.
say he tried to say that he had no idea that people wanted to see the campaign, and he was shocked after the show that people were disappointed
What?
that there
Yeah,
was no
he kept
campaign.
saying that they had a 6 minute block,
How's he
and
shocked?
he wasn't sure what to show in the 6 minute
Oh
block,
my
so they decided to
god.
show the new escape mode or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, we went up under like all that shit he was saying is all bullshit." Like he
Yeah.
knows that everybody wants to see the campaign, and for some reason, I don't have a good feeling about this Gears. Like I don't know why they're hiding the campaign. Like this is the longest we ever went and got this close to a game, and we haven't seen shit about the campaign.
I feel
And
like something's wrong.
they
Something that
keep
concerns
saying
me.
that they've made all these changes, and they're really taking risks with this game, and I don't know what those risks are, but I'm not having a good feeling about it.
Yeah, that's what's concerning to me too. Is that they're not showing it because they don't want maybe some negative press before the game releases.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
feel like they're working on something. They're trying to like maybe they feel like it's like a little too buggy at the moment, and they're trying to like get all the bugs because at this point it's a little too late in the game to make any real changes. At this
hey,
point, it's post
yeah.
production and you're just trying to fix bugs. Maybe it's just way too buggy that part because
Hey,
they didn't really show much of the escape mode either. They showed the trailer.
no. But real quick, Dominican Rocker says so the coalition forgot how to make games because they didn't show gameplay.
Yeah, that's not what we said, bro. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets it. We didn't say that they forgot to make gameplay. We're just saying we're concerned they haven't shown gameplay. Like typically, if a developer's not showing gameplay or part of a game so close to launch, if that's not necessarily a good sign.
I mean, we've
If
seen
this
more
was if this
gameplay
was
from Death
if this
Stranding.
was if this was Cyberpunk, and they had showed us no gameplay, but just kept telling us, "Oh, the game's coming out in April. We'll see you guys in April. We'll show gameplay in April." Like, would people be hyped about the game?
Nope.
No,
No,
people are like, wait a minute, why aren't you showing us gameplay? Like, what's going on?
right? So
Man,
I don't
people.
understand why people don't understand why people are questioning why they haven't shown gameplay.
Yeah.
Look, man, people need to get.
Oh, go
People,
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, people just need to go ahead and just give Microsoft back their key to the house, man. Microsoft, if you're renting space at Microsoft's headquarters, man, get your key back, man. God damn, y'all, too many people up in damage controlling this. It's simple, fucking simple, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
You
the
know, if
damn
I was Rod Ferguson, and all the feedback overwhelmingly was
Mhm.
we were disappointed we didn't get a chance to see the campaign. I would then, if there's nothing wrong with the campaign, change up my schedule and make the very first thing I show in July be the campaign, and then show all the other multiplayer modes that you planned on showing before the campaign in August and then September. If there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
If there's nothing wrong, then go ahead and show it. Just change up your schedule. But why are
The,
you not changing up your schedule?
the Trigger Man says, why does Gears 5 have to show gameplay? We know it will look exactly like Gears 4 and 3.
That's not what they said, though. They said they were taking chances and they were doing it differently. Maybe the Trigger Man should pay attention to what's going on.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Dominican says, slow mo, are you stupid? No, he didn't say that. So, Dominican Rocker says, so an industry veteran that worked on every entry in the series doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Got it.
No,
He
you don't
works for
got it.
Microsoft.
No.
So
No.
he works for Microsoft, and Microsoft don't get the benefit of the doubt, so he don't get it either.
bro.
Yeah,
And
the
this
Dominican.
this
Was The
was
Last of Us
any
2.
other developer, you wouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt either. I don't care who it
Yes,
is.
Dominican. Yeah,
And he's right. We need to stop acknowledging him. He's troll. I think he's trolling at this point. He really doesn't need to be acknowledged. We got you, bro. You going to damage control everything we talk about. Cool. We cool. We good. Good.
yeah. No,
Thanks.
I mean
Thanks.
he's. Yeah, you're right, B. If it was any other developer outside of Coalition, Dominican be like they didn't show gameplay. you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
And honestly, if Naughty Dog was coming out with The Last of Us 2, and that's coming out February,
Hey,
right? What?
by the way,
Oh,
distracted by life, Kojima does not get the benefit. We've talked about Death Stranding on this podcast. We
he
are
don't
still
get the
sus
benefit
on
from
that
me.
game.
Distracted.
No,
Has he been paying attention?
no,
For me? Me?
he doesn't get it. Kojima
Kojima?
doesn't.
I've
Kojima
been
doesn't get benefit from me.
I've been joking on Kojima for over a year, man.
He that gameplay footage where they show that extended ladder. No, not doing it for me, buddy.
No, FC's right. He does get the benefit of the doubt from a lot of people, but I think that, like, say, if it was coming into January, no, okay, like how many months now we got? Okay, November. If it was November and we hadn't seen any gameplay from The Last of Us 2 and it was supposed to be coming out in February, I think a lot of people would have a problem. I definitely would have a problem with that. I'm like, well, what's the issue here? If they
See, I'm
kind of show the multiplayer of The Last of Us 2 and not the actual game, I'm like, what? What's happening?
yeah, I mean, what if Nintendo didn't, like Zelda was coming out like in 2 months, and they showed us a trailer, but they didn't show us any gameplay. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, Nintendo's pedigree, great, but I'm a little. If they're not showing gameplay, I'm a little concerned. Why? Why aren't you showing it? What are you potentially hiding here? If you're confident about your product, you go out there and you pound your fucking chest and say, you know what? This is our game. This is what we made. And you drop the mic.
That's just like when everybody was hyped up about Red Dead. We knew the trailer was coming. We knew gameplay was coming. But if they would have showed us nothing, what was you gonna be hyped about? Same thing with GTA. Like Rockstar is one of the best in the game, but if they don't show you gameplay, what you getting hyped about? Everybody wants to see what the game looks like. They want to see how it plays. They want to see new characters, everything. If you don't know any of that, what you getting hyped about?
Right. I was really hyped for Ori too. I was a little disappointed that
Got pushed back.
it got pushed back. But I mean, look, if they need more time, I'm cool with it. I'm not going to be like, I'm never the kind of person that's like, oh no, I want the game now. If they need more time, I'd much rather they get more time than the game has got issues, But
I think there's still just the 4 guys working on that game too.
Really?
Yeah.
4?
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know High Moon Studios was just 4 people.
Yeah, it's just 4 guys.
Damn, somebody needs to
and
scoop them up.
they don't even live close to each other. They do everything via online.
No, you serious?
Yeah.
They don't actually have a real. It's just like 4 guys that like us 4 guys here talking.
Yep.
Pretty much.
In 4 different places.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Wow, they to have a game at that high level of quality. Props to them. That's a studio that Xbox Game Studio should be purchasing. People of that high level quality.
Yeah, they're good, man.
Damn, like Ori, I haven't finished Ori yet. I'm like halfway through. But Ori is good.
It's a beautiful game.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
And the sequel looks even better. Like that just kind of blew my mind because I'm looking at it, and I predicted. I told you guys it was going to get less time. It was going to get less than 2 minutes, and it got like 45 seconds. But at E3, I was just blown away by how it looked. Like somehow it looks better than the first game.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me.
Oh my god, I can't take Twitter anymore. I gotta get off Twitter.
What's wrong, man?
There needs to be a litmus test for Twitter. People, I would get so many hate, man.
Take a SAT. Twitter.
Yeah, you know what's funny, man, is that people are gonna be like, "Oh, Brap is a pony podcast now." I can't wait. It's gonna happen. It's so funny because we're not.
Man, no, Escape doesn't launch first. They're just showing the gameplay. They're going to feature the gameplay first in the coming months before the game launches. The whole game will launch together, all together, in September.
Yes, that's exactly true. Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, I think we always been a neutral podcast. Most of us just play on Xbox, honestly.
yeah, I mean that's been the case, man. It's funny, like people don't realize that. Like a lot of us play on Xbox, primarily play on Xbox, but we're not. We're not going to sit there and just like damage control everything because why? For what?
I ain't getting no
Uh,
money. I ain't got no key to the house.
yeah, I'm not.
That
I
ain't
don't
cutting
get a
them
paycheck
checks,
from
man.
Microsoft.
You ain't cutting
Yeah,
them checks. You ain't getting no favors from me.
For real.
yeah.
I'm
Dion
telling
Marty
you,
Spine, the
Death
guy that
Stranding
says,
come out, and it's like 30 minutes of actual like combat, and the rest is a bunch of people talking and gibberish and haikus and teleporting around, and that's it. I am firing this game up. I will be killing that game from now into the next console gen. That's how badly I'm gonna be going after it. I'm gonna be mad at Kojima for fooling me into buying that piece of butt pudding. Shout out to OBJ for the for
that
the
game is
marketing.
trash.
But yeah, I'm not. Look, I am as
I,
neutral as it gets.
I'm not pre.
Everybody can
I
get this work.
Slow mo. I haven't even pre-ordered it, man. I'm not going to pre-order it.
No, I'm not pre-ordering that. No,
I'm
no,
waiting for the reviews, man. We'll go read the reviews and make a decision based on what the reviews say.
man. I tell look, man.
Man, you already know
If them
them
reviews
reviews.
come
The
out and
reviews gonna
people
be
like,
nines,
if
man.
somebody say it, they be like, he went full Kojima. I'm screenshotting that. I'm putting it all over the Twitter. I'm like, somebody stole my saying. I knew it. I'm not buying this game. Now, currently, I am on. I said I would buy it, but yeah, if them reviews come out and they looking like 60s, and people like, yo, what happened? Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy
Gregor Von Doom says Kojima has never made a bad game.
Right, you're right.
Uh,
He's never made a bad movie.
I mean,
What you say,
oh wow.
Forte?
Come
Forte
on,
said, "Yeah,
man.
he's never made a bad movie."
Don't do them like that.
Don't do that, Forte.
That
He
ain't
made
no
Zone
game.
of the
That ain't
he
no
made
game, bro. That's a fucking
he,
interactive movie.
he made
Oh
Zone of the
man.
Enders, and that was kind of okay.
But we all
Like,
bought that for the demo.
Zone of
We all
the
bought
Enders
Zone of
was
the. Well, we
it
all
was
bought Zone of the Enders for a demo. Remember?
it was
Yeah,
before its time, man. Before its time.
you think it was before its time, man?
Yeah.
It was a
If it would have came out a little later, especially with the whole thing of like the anime hype,
the
stuff
anime,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nowadays, yeah.
it could have been lit.
Yo, Metal Gear Solid 5 was overrated.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
perfect
it was.
game. It was
Yeah,
not
I
a
don't know how
10.
that game got 90s. I don't get it.
When it went open world, it threw off the formula.
Yeah, it did throw off the formula a little bit.
I still remember the first Metal Gear Solid. I enjoyed that one. Um, when his game started to stop making sense is when I was like, all right, man, I think I'm just gonna focus my game playing with some other series.
Oh, he got slow mo. Say, Kojima 1, slow mo 0.
Hey, Glorious War says Zone of the Enders 2 is fire. I haven't played Zone of the Enders 2. I think that's on didn't they did a
It's on
remaster of that
PS4.
on PS4, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's on PS4.
Ooh, I might have to pick that up. Is that good? Have you played it? Anyone play it?
No, I haven't played. I think E has it though.
Yes, Slow Mo plays State of Trash. State of Decay?
Yes, yes, Slow-Mo, you do play State. Look, okay, guys, Slow-Mo plays State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3. Those were games of the year.
Oh my gosh, this is not okay. If you believe that, um, yeah, you'd be pretty gullible. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Slow-Mo does not play those games.
And actually, I know. Look, I did. I uninstalled State of Decay 2 after
And then
like,
reinstalled it.
and then I did reinstall it when they came out with the latest update. With that was supposed to be more like the first game and less like the second game. Like it was
Okay.
the story is actually a static fleshed out story and not the dynamic storytelling bullshit they tried to they'll pull
Mhm.
on us in the first in the sequel. And so I played it a little bit. I might go back to it, but probably not. It's just it kind of missed the boat for me.
Oh
So
my God, Dominican Rocker said State of Decay is trash. Wow, I'm surprised by that.
Well, you got strong feelings there, sir.
Yeah,
Gaming Addict
maybe
says
he's not.
State of Decay 2 is not a bad game, just launched in a bad state. That is true. The bugs were actually kind of funny, but
Yeah, what's up?
it's
What?
just yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, what's up, Attic? Big shout out to Attic. And the Iron Lords. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just never.
Man,
I
they
could
made
never get
me
into it.
upset. The Iron Lords made me upset. They made me work on a Sunday with no show.
Yeah, they were off this
I
Sunday.
went to, and then Enrique lied to us all in his live stream. Said, "Oh yeah, shout out to the Iron Lords. They're going to be live at 1 p.m." And I said, "Yes, they'll be."
I forgot they were off this Sunday, man.
And then I listened to your podcast right before them, and then I go turn it on at 1:14 because I was late listening to you. And I was like, "Wait a minute, ain't no damn show, man! My whole Sunday was ruined."
Attic says I refuse to work on Sundays. No. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Too funny. Gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this rant. I can't believe it's almost 11 o'clock. By the way, great rant
Part
though.
one.
Yeah, yeah, great rant. By the way, enjoyed it. Thank you guys for joining me at kind of last minute. I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Oh man, we always here for you, brother.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Appreciate everyone's comments. Always a great group of individuals in the live chat. We really appreciate the support. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Look, we are not a pony podcast. I saw that going around in the live chat. We are a
This
neutral.
chat is high. I'm sorry, I don't know who is on shrooms.
What happened now?
D Almighty Spartan just said Days Gone is better than Horizon Zero Dawn. So look, I need everyone.
That's his opinion, man. That's his opinion.
No. We need everyone to pee into a cup real quick. We need a piss test for everybody present. Because people done lost their mind.
Oh my God.
That's some ridiculous. Days Gone is not better than Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not even a big Horizon Zero Dawn fan, but I can't take that. That's some nonsense. Days Gone is barely better than, I don't know. It ain't a good game.
Are you saying that Days Gone is trash?
No, I'm not going to go that far. I don't think it's trash. I just think it's very mediocre and average.
Yeah. Gregor Von Doom says I played both. I like Days Gone. Horizon Zero Dawn miles better though. It's a monster hunter with a Fallout-like story.
I don't know, man. I stopped playing Horizon Zero Dawn when Zelda came out.
Gaming Addict said I
never looked back.
Oh wait, Gaming Addict. Gaming Addict said I'd rather eat my eyes than play Days Gone. Oh my! Oh my God!
Yo, Attic a fool, man.
Addict's hilarious, man. That is too funny. I'd rather eat my eyes than play Days Gone. Oh my goodness! All right, everyone. Slow mo, Forte, B Money. Thank you guys again, man. It was a pleasure talking some video games with you guys, and sorry about the outburst earlier and the growling noises I was making.
Forte is too busy watching Pikachu twerk to play good games. You hate to see it.
See that, Forte? They're doing you dirty, man.
Oh yeah, somebody did ask in the chat earlier. I think it was David something. What does the pre-order numbers look like for Cyberpunk?
Here I can tell you real quick.
All right, pre-order numbers for Cyberpunk.
Just for my and to answer your question, Slow-Mo, I can only see that at the end of every week, so I can't see it right now.
Oh, okay.
Pre-order numbers for my store for Cyberpunk is 76.
Is that good?
That's not too bad.
I mean, it's so far out. Like they haven't really started the marketing campaign for it yet.
To put it in contrast, like something like Call of Duty that comes out this year, we're sitting at 157, but that comes out this year. So
Yeah.
Cyberpunk not coming out till next year. That's actually pretty good to have 76 people already saying they want the game, and 23 of those are collector's editions.
Oh, that's not bad, man.
That's pretty good actually.
Yeah. What about Final Fantasy VII remake?
Final Fantasy VII remake, 29.
So basically, every game that's coming out has more pre-order numbers than
Then
Gears
Gears of
5.
War. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, to not like people, I don't want people to think I'm just like trying to get on Microsoft. I wonder if Game Pass is also having effect on that too.
I'm thinking that it's probably Game Pass, man, and with that dollar promotion, right?
Yeah, but people are just like, I paid $1, I'm getting
And I get the
Ultimate,
Ultimate Edition.
and I don't have to spend the money, and I can get it digital.
Yeah,
Like,
it
Yeah.
could be. It could be that. I mean, there's no way to really know, honestly.
true.
It could be that though. I mean, me personally, I would have had Gears of War pre-ordered at my store if I wasn't a Game Pass member. I would have pre-ordered it, but I didn't because I don't have to.
All right. I mean, shoot, I didn't pre-order it either because I don't have to. I have Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a six.
exactly.
I'm just gonna download it and play it early, as if I spent $80 or $90 or whatever Gears 5 Ultimate is. So
I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be probably the biggest story as far as the Game Pass entry, and then what we would normally see as far as Matt Piscatella saying that the game sells more, with it being a Game Pass. With this promotion and everybody signing up for $1, like does that translate to people actually going out to buy the game?
right,
Or
and
if
the
or
number.
if they are they good, what I mean, especially if your Game Pass was extended for a year or whatever the case may be, and you just rock out until that you're done playing the game. You know what I mean? So I think
Right.
that's gonna be pretty interesting to look at that. You know what I mean? Where does Gears hit in MPD numbers? You know what I mean? After in September.
You want to know something funny? The Contra collection, Contra Road Corps for the Xbox has 17 pre-orders.
What?
17
man.
pre-orders on a remake of a bunch of the older games.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
boy.
Another thing I thought about is because you get that discount if you decide to buy a game that's in Game Pass, you get a 20% off discount. I do wonder if people have been like trying games out and like, all right, I'm not going to keep Game Pass.
Yeah.
Well, this is all prior to the Ultimate deal, right? But I'm not going to keep Game Pass, but I want to keep this game. So and plus it's on discount, so then they buy it then. So it's kind of like how Matt was talking about how the games that are in Game Pass, the ones that you don't hear about, those are the ones that are really seeing the benefits of Game Pass because it's kind of putting them in a place where most people didn't even see their game because it's just lost in the Xbox store. But
Right.
now it's on Game Pass with a smaller selection, and people are going through it wondering, well, what could I play? And oh, what's this? And so people are trying these games without having to pay for it first, and then find out they like it. And then if they only have Game Pass for a month or two, they're like, hey, I'll go ahead and spend whatever it costs for this game plus 20% off to keep this for real. So, hey, I mean, that could be it too.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we do need to wrap up the show. Again, thank you everyone in the live chat. I'm gonna take my Xbox One X to the Old Town Road and ride to like. Anyhow, oh boy.
Oh no, Stadia got more pre-orders than Gears 5. Now you know you in trouble.
Oh boy. All right, we're not gonna get to Gears numbers now. Oh my god. All right, everyone. Thank you, Gregor Von Du, for ending the show with Stadia. Anyhow,
man.
big shout out to Forte too, by the way. Forte, thank you, man, for sharing those pre-order numbers, man. Definitely appreciate it. Slummo, B Money, thank you again for joining me on this Brap rant. We'll be back on Wednesday night, guys. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with our regularly scheduled Brat program. And come hang out with us on Wednesday. And again, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys again, everyone in the live chat. You guys are all great. Even though we disagreed with some of the folks in live chat, it's not personal. We just enjoy having conversations. So, on that note, enjoy the rest of the evening. We are out. Stadia has more pre-orders than Gears 5. Let that marinate.
And,
That
and
sink
actually, that's like
It probably does, honestly.
it probably has like 7.
Oh my god! All right, Slomo. All right, everyone, we're out.
That
Good night.
includes Enrique and Mooch.
I don't think Mooch is he did pre-order.
No,
it,
he
actually.
did. He has the Founders Edition. Mooch is
He
all in.
Hey, I'm not mad at him, man. He's got the Founders Edition. All right, guys, we're out. Peace.